Ladies and gentlemen, growing up, I always heard people say, life is short. But let's be honest, we don't really feel it when we're young, do we? We think we have forever. We think we have all the time in the world to figure things out, to chase our dreams, to become who we want to be. But the truth, life is too short, way too short. And if there's one thing I've learned, whether it's in the crazy world of Bollywood, in the hustle of Hollywood, or just living life as a woman with ambition, life is too short to beg anyone for respect. It's heartbreaking how often we find ourselves shrinking, bending, twisting into someone else's idea of who we should be, just to be seen, just to be valued. And why? Because somewhere deep inside, we believe that if we just try hard enough, love hard enough, sacrifice enough, someone will finally recognize our worth. But let me tell you something, real respect doesn't have to be begged for, it's freely given. It's felt, it's instinctive. If you have to fight to prove your value to someone, you're already fighting a losing battle. Every second you spend convincing someone that you're worthy of their kindness, their time, their loyalty is a second you are taking away from your own growth. Respect is the most basic form of love. Without it, no relationship, personal, professional, romantic, can survive. No matter how much effort you pour into it, it's the foundation. And if someone can't give you that foundation freely, they don't deserve the building you're trying to create with them. Think about how much time we lose clinging to people who treat us like we are optional. We send the long messages, we make the extra effort, we excuse the cold behavior, the late replies, the absence when we needed them most, and all for what? For a few crumbs of attention, for a momentary feeling that we matter. But you have to understand, when you settle for crumbs, you teach the world you are okay with starving. When you accept disrespect in any form, you are silently telling people it's okay to give you less than you deserve. The truth is, begging for respect is beneath you. You were born worthy. You don't have to hustle for it. You don't have to earn it by overextending yourself, by lowering your standards, by betraying who you are. And if someone can't see that, if someone makes you feel invisible, small, replaceable, let them go, not angrily, not dramatically, but calmly, because your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see it. It's not your job to show them who you are. It's your job to live your life fully, authentically, and let the right people recognize the magic without you having to light yourself on fire for their warmth. Imagine what your life would look like if you redirected all the energy you spend chasing validation into chasing your dreams instead. Imagine if you poured all that love you try to give others back into yourself. Imagine standing so firmly in your own light that whether someone applauds you or not, you keep shining anyway. That's real freedom. That's real power. Life is so unbelievably short, and none of us know how much time we have. You don't want to look back years from now and realize you spent your prime days convincing someone you were worthy of what should have been given without question. You don't want your legacy to be a series of conversations where you begged to be understood, loved, respected. You are not for everyone, and that's okay. The ones who see you, the ones who get you, will never need a PowerPoint presentation explaining why you deserve respect. They will feel it the moment they meet you. Stop begging, stop proving, stop lowering your standards just so someone else can feel taller. You owe it to yourself to hold your head high, to protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. You owe it to yourself to surround yourself with people who treat you like the masterpiece you are, not like a backup plan. Because life is short, yes, but you are infinite. Protect your energy fiercely, like your life depends on it, because it does. Your energy is your life force. It's the unseen power that fuels every dream you chase, every relationship you build, every goal you smash, and yet so many of us hand it out carelessly to people and places that do nothing but drain it. We let toxic conversations seep into our minds. We let negativity sit at our table. We say yes when our soul is screaming no, just because we are too afraid to seem rude or selfish. But let me tell you something. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It's survival. You have to understand not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone is meant to walk this path with you. Some people come with baggage so heavy, they'll hand it over to you the moment you let your guard down. Some people carry bitterness like perfume, and if you stay too close, you'll start smelling like it too. Energy is contagious. The moods, the mindsets, the fears of others can cling to you without you even realizing it. One conversation can shift your whole day. One wrong relationship can detour your whole destiny. That's why you have to be deliberate, intentional, almost ruthless about who you allow into your space. Start paying attention to how you feel around people. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel heard and seen? Or do you leave their company feeling exhausted, doubting yourself, questioning your dreams? Your energy doesn't lie. Your body doesn't lie. When someone is wrong for you, your spirit feels it before your mind even understands it. Listen to that. Trust that. Don't over-explain it. Don't second-guess it. Protect it. You don't owe everyone a conversation. You don't owe everyone an explanation. You don't owe everyone your time, your loyalty, your forgiveness, your sunshine. Your life is precious. Your dreams are rare. Your journey is sacred. You are under no obligation to water dead plants. You are not responsible for saving people who refuse to save themselves. You are not required to stay loyal to environments that shrink you just because you've known them for years. Growth demands that you outgrow people, places, and patterns that no longer serve your highest good. Think about it. You recharge your phone religiously. You make sure your battery is full because you know you need it to function. Why don't we do the same for ourselves? Why do we allow people to drain our mental and emotional batteries without plugging back into anything that restores us? Protecting your energy means setting boundaries without guilt. It means saying no without giving long apologies. It means resting without feeling lazy. It means choosing peace over drama, solitude over fake company, your own dreams over someone else's doubts. When you protect your energy, you give yourself the freedom to live at your highest potential. You start attracting better things because you're vibrating higher. You're no longer bogged down by distractions, by other people's chaos. You move lighter, faster, clearer, and that clarity, it's priceless. It's the difference between a life you survive and a life you actually love. You don't have unlimited energy to waste on every fight, every argument, every doubter, every hater. Save it for the things that set your soul on fire. Save it for the people who clap when you win and hold you when you lose. Save it for the dreams that scare you and excite you at the same time. Your energy is gold. It's sacred. Protect it like your future depends on it, because trust me, it does. You are not a rehab center for broken people. It is not your responsibility to fix what you didn't break. Somewhere along the way, especially for those of us with big hearts, we started to believe that love means saving people, carrying their weight, healing their wounds at the cost of our own peace. But hear me when I say this: you were not put on this earth to be anyone's emotional crutch. You were not born to sacrifice your own dreams, your own mental health, just so someone else can survive another day. It's a beautiful thing to care. It's a beautiful thing to love deeply, to want to help people grow, to want to be their light in the darkness. But there is a fine line between helping someone and losing yourself in the process. Too many times we confuse loyalty with self-destruction. We tell ourselves, if I just love them harder, if I just stay longer, if I just forgive them one more time, maybe they will change. And in doing so, we lose years of our lives trying to build someone up who was never willing to build themselves. The harsh reality is, you cannot save someone who doesn't want to be saved. You cannot pour all your energy into someone who keeps poking holes into everything you give them. Love, no matter how pure, cannot be a substitute for someone's personal accountability. Growth is an inside job. Healing is a personal decision. You can offer support, you can offer love, but you cannot do the work for them. And it is not your burden to carry when they refuse to step into their own power. You are allowed to walk away from people who refuse to grow. You are allowed to protect your peace without feeling guilty. You are allowed to love people from a distance if their chaos is drowning you. You are not abandoning them, you are saving yourself. And sometimes the bravest, kindest thing you can do is step back and let them figure it out on their own. You are not responsible for how they react. You are only responsible for protecting your own spirit. There will be people who will call you heartless for setting boundaries. They will say you gave up on them. Let them. The truth is, they were never looking for healing. They were looking for a permanent audience for their pain. Someone to listen endlessly. Someone to blame when things don't get better. Someone to drag into their storms so they never have to stand alone. But you are not anyone's emotional punching bag. You are not a shelter for someone's destructive habits. You are not a permanent nurse for wounds they refuse to close. Stop sacrificing your potential for people who are committed to their own misery. Stop dimming your light for people who are comfortable living in the dark. Stop giving all your strength to those who wouldn't lift a finger if the roles were reversed. Loving yourself sometimes means choosing yourself over and over, even when it's hard, even when it breaks your heart. Especially when it breaks your heart. You deserve relationships where you are celebrated, not tolerated. You deserve friendships where you feel energized, not drained. You deserve a love that uplifts you, not one that constantly needs repairing. The right people will not make you feel like loving them is a full-time job. The right people will meet you halfway. They will show up for themselves first, and by doing so, they will show up better for you too. You are not a rehab center. You are a force, a universe, a once in a lifetime kind of energy. Start acting like it. Surround yourself with fire. Starters, the people who light you up, not the ones who put out your flame. The people you keep close to you will either fuel your dreams or feed your fears. They will either lift you higher or anchor you in place. Life is far too short, and your dreams are far too important to waste even a second with people who don't see the fire burning inside you. You need to be intentional about your circle because energy is contagious. Passion is contagious. Doubt is contagious too. Think about the conversations you have daily. Are you around people who talk about ideas, visions, building, dreaming? Or are you stuck with people who gossip, criticize, complain, and fear every new challenge? The difference matters more than you know. Your environment can either nourish your ambition or poison it slowly, until one day you don't even recognize the person you were meant to become. Fire. Starters are those rare souls who believe in you even on the days when you stop believing in yourself. They are the ones who challenge you, who push you, who won't let you settle for mediocrity because they see your greatness even when you're tired. They are the ones who say you can do this and mean it. They clap the loudest when you win. They remind you of your strength when you forget who you are. They are not intimidated by your light. They want to see you shine even brighter because your success inspires them, not threatens them. If you want to go far, you need people like that. People who have the courage to dream big themselves, who are building their own mountains while cheering you on to build yours. You need people who understand that your growth is not a competition but a celebration. People who don't pull you back into your comfort zone when you're trying to break free from it. People who are not afraid of change, who are not stuck in small-minded thinking, who want to see you win as much as they want to win themselves. And here's the thing, sometimes that means outgrowing the people you once thought would always be in your life. Sometimes that means letting go of friendships that were built on who you used to be, not who you are becoming. Growth is messy, it's uncomfortable, it demands sacrifices, but nothing is more expensive than staying stuck because you were too afraid to leave behind people who no longer fit the life you are creating. Choose your circle like your life depends on it, because it does. Surround yourself with visionaries, with doers, with believers, with warriors. Surround yourself with people who look at you and don't just see who you are, but who you can become. People who speak life into your dreams, who remind you that you are made for more, who don't let you forget that even your wildest goals are possible if you dare to believe. You owe it to yourself to be in rooms where your ideas are nurtured, not ridiculed. Where your ambition is celebrated, not shamed, where your wins are celebrated without envy and your losses are met with encouragement, not judgment. Build a tribe so strong that if you stumble, you know a dozen hands will be there to lift you back up without hesitation. At the end of the day, the people you choose will either add fuel to your fire or throw water on your dreams. Choose the ones who make you burn brighter, not smaller. Choose the fire, starters, because your dreams deserve nothing less. Walk away unapologetically. Walk away like you owe no one an explanation, because you don't. Your peace is not up for negotiation. Your growth is not a group decision. Too often we stay stuck in places and with people we've outgrown, simply because we are afraid of how walking away will look to others. We fear being called selfish, arrogant, disloyal, but there is nothing selfish about protecting your soul. There is nothing arrogant about refusing to stay in spaces that drain you. There is nothing disloyal about choosing yourself when everyone else has chosen themselves first. We live in a world that teaches us that endurance is noble. That staying, no matter how painful it becomes, is a sign of strength, but real strength is knowing when it's time to go. Real courage is walking away from anything that no longer serves you, even when your heart is breaking. Even when the world doesn't understand, even when you don't have a map for what comes next. You don't owe anyone a lifetime subscription to your energy. If a job no longer fuels you, leave. If a friendship no longer uplifts you, step back. If a relationship suffocates your dreams, walk away. Loyalty does not mean martyrdom. Commitment does not mean sacrificing your happiness. You are allowed to outgrow people. You are allowed to outgrow conversations, habits, routines, versions of yourself that no longer fit the vision you have for your life. There will be people who try to guilt you into staying small because your growth threatens their comfort. They will say you've changed, and you will have, and that's the point. You are not meant to stay the same. You are supposed to evolve. You are supposed to move differently, dream bigger, live louder. Your journey is your own, and no one else has the right to dictate its direction. Walking away doesn't make you heartless. It means you finally understand that your time, your love, your energy are precious commodities, and not everyone deserves unlimited access to them. It means you have the wisdom to see when something is costing you more than it's giving you. It means you have the self-respect to say, I deserve better, I am choosing better. You don't need to explain your choices to people who are never willing to understand you in the first place. You don't need to sit in endless conversations trying to justify why you're leaving. Your growth is reason enough. Your peace is reason enough. Your happiness is reason enough. Sometimes closure is not a conversation, sometimes it's a decision you make within yourself. A quiet decision to stop showing up where you are not seen, valued, or appreciated. You are not put on this earth to live a half-lived life, constantly stuck in situations that make you question your worth. You were born to be free, to be bold, to be unapologetically alive, and sometimes that means closing doors, even if you once prayed for them to open. Sometimes it means choosing silence over chaos, distance over forced conversations, love over self-sacrifice. There is a whole world waiting for you beyond what you are afraid to leave behind. A life so full, so expansive, so breathtaking, that it will make you wonder why you ever clung so tightly to anything less. But you will never find it if you keep apologizing for wanting more. You will never experience it if you stay rooted in guilt, obligation, and fear. So walk away, stand tall, don't look back. Don't soften your step to make others comfortable with your decision. Don't second, guess your right to choose yourself. Walk away with your head held high, with your spirit intact, with your dreams firmly in your pocket, because you owe no one your suffering. You owe yourself your freedom. Time is your most valuable currency. You can earn back lost money. You can rebuild broken opportunities. You can even recover from heartbreak and failure. But the one thing you can never, ever get back is time. Once a moment passes, it's gone forever. And yet, we live like we have unlimited hours to waste with people who don't value us, doing things that don't fulfill us, trapped in cycles that steal our joy day by day. If there is anything in life you should be selfish about, it's how you spend your time. Every second you give to negativity, to self-doubt, to meaningless drama, is a second you could have invested in your dreams, in your growth, in your happiness. Time is not just ticking by in the background, it's the building block of your future. How you use it, how you protect it, determines the kind of life you will have. You cannot afford to be careless with it. You cannot afford to hand it out like free samples to people who don't deserve front row seats to your life. Ask yourself every single day, is this how I want to spend a piece of my life? Because that's exactly what you're doing spending it. When you stay in relationships that suffocate you, when you engage in arguments that go nowhere, when you hold on to resentment, when you procrastinate on your dreams, you are spending your most precious resource on things that will not serve you in the long run. You are making investments that will never pay you back. Protect your time like you would protect a treasure chest filled with gold, because it is. Stop showing up for people who wouldn't notice if you stopped. Stop prioritizing those who only reach out when they need something. Stop putting your goals on the back burner for people who barely clap when you succeed. Your time is too sacred for half-hearted connections and lukewarm support. It's too sacred to spend worrying about opinions that will never change or trying to win approval from people who don't even know how to approve of themselves. Every dream you have, every vision in your heart, every version of yourself you're trying to become, it all demands time. It demands commitment. It demands focus. And the more you give your time away to distractions, to doubts, to energy sucking people, the less you have left to build the life you were meant to live. One day, you will wake up and realize that your future was shaped not by huge dramatic decisions, but by the small choices you made every single day about where your time went. Start treating your time like the limited, priceless resource it is. Guard it fiercely, spend it wisely, invest it in the people who love you, the passions that set your soul on fire, the dreams that scare and excite you at the same time. Use it to heal, to grow, to explore, to live fully. Choose experiences over excuses. Choose creation over consumption. Choose passion over procrastination. And if you ever feel guilty about being protective of your time, remember this: no one else is responsible for the life you create. No one else will live with the consequences of wasted years except you. People will demand your time endlessly because it costs them nothing, but it costs you everything. So don't apologize for choosing to spend it where it matters most. You deserve a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good on the outside. And that kind of life is built minute by minute, choice by choice, day by day. Time is your greatest currency. Spend it on purpose, spend it on passion, spend it on yourself, because you are worth every second.